I just wanna have some fun. Don't tell me it can't be done. You know you like it, but it drives you insane. You know you like it, but it drives you insane. You know you like it, but you're scared of the shame. What you want, what you gonna do? You know you like it, but it drives you insane.
Riding a nitro-fueled Harley Davidson at over 320 kilometres an hour down a quarter mile seems like an intimidating prospect. We asked Craig Bonwick, what does it take to ride this machine and why?
Push you can, and it's a pretty big effort to do, especially when trying to get them run on both cylinders. It's hard, but once you get them cylinders cranking, it's pretty good. It's quite a good bike to ride. You've got to ride them on their back wheel. You ride them like a trike, actually. That's how I ride them. I put my foot right on the right hand peg and lean left. That's how I ride in the front wheel in the air. It's a lot easier to ride with the front wheel in the air. We run 96% nitro, and that's about all the nitro we run. A lot of people run a bit more, but we stick around the 96.
Cranking the quarter mile in these rocket ships is daunting at the best of times. Every rider has had their share of scary moments, and Craig Bonwick is no different.
Only when I went for my licence pass about 6 years ago, my first time ever been on a fuel bike, I got to the 1,000-foot mark, and I said, no way I'm going to stop this, so I just shut it off there at the 1,000-foot mark. I think it went for a 740 or something, and 180. I've never been that fast before.
Bonwick has run some competitive elapsed times during his career. We asked him about the best run he's ever recorded on this bike.
I've ran a 671 here at the Creek. Oh, Wizard, sorry. At 201. Yeah, it usually runs around a 680, 670.
The top bike bracket hosts some of the most competitive and organised drag racing teams in the sport. For people like Craig Bonwick, it must be a challenge to race head-to-head against the likes of Mr. Professional Brett Stevens.
We only can do what we can do. We both work, and we work on our work at home, and then we've got to go work on these things. And just the cost of it is incredible. It's a lot of money to run these things, and we just do our best and do what we can. And we're still learning with the bike, still coming to grips with it, and everything's coming to good now, so hopefully we can be a bit stronger in next season.
Certainly getting towards the business end of the battles right now. Craig Bonwick, what must he be thinking? How do I take care of this man here, Jay Upton? And I say to you, Craig, a little piece of 42 right between the eyes before he gets on the bike.
But Jay Upton's tough on his Sprintex Superchargers machine. I reckon you could whack him between the eyes. He just gets back up and keep on trucking. He has been awesome. We've seen that early shut-off and still running quicker and faster than anybody else has done this weekend in Top Bike Eliminator. So it is definitely a huge matchup. And on paper, Jay Upton has to fancy his chances. I mean, we talked about earlier on that 620 with a triple pedal job. That just tells you the sort of numbers this bike is producing.
You see the body mouldings too, the way he's actually got the bodywork cut out so his body fits into and is as snug and as least wind resistant as possible. Craig Bonwick, well, give it your best, son. You might as well. There's nothing to lose here. And as Dean has often said, the unpredictability of drag racing can mean that giants can be sent toppling, especially here on the Snap-on Tools Nitro Champs weekend at Western Sydney International Dragway. Waiting on Bonwick to come into deep stage.
Yeah, just waiting a little bit here, maybe hoping for Jonathan's clutch settings. Of course, he runs a similar clutch pack that a Top Fuel Dragster does, and he got the biz there, but unfortunately struck some early trouble, and Upton, 643, the mile per hour is impressive. 211 or 337 kilometres an hour on a motorcycle over the quarter mile.
Unbelievable. Bonwick an excellent reaction time in the ones, but then you just see Upton just go rocketing by. As he heads towards the final, he's going to be up against a Jack Daniels bike. We know that much at least. Will it be Stevens?
Japanese fight. Now Parker qualified number 9. There was a withdrawal. He stepped up to number 8, and here he finds himself in the semi-final. Paul, can the fairy tale continue?
Well, he's been going well all weekend, so it's getting down to that crunch time though here at the Winter Nationals. The changing weather conditions out here, of course, just getting a little bit cooler now, and the guys need to have their wits about them as they're getting close towards those finals.
You might have put the marker on Parker there. He has been running consistently all night, but there was a problem at the start line. And Craig Bonwick, 8:03, 2:79. The Sydney sider heads for the final.
Kid with 1,000. No. I looked at it. What?
How do you lose a disc? I can't believe
I
it.
don't know, Dad. How I lose it.
How do you lose one, Cody?
I don't know.
Next matchup in Top Fuel Motorcycle, Craig Bonwick on the L.A Cycles machine. Craig Bonwick, having a chat to him earlier, is confident of a good run and snap on nitro champs. And you'll need to here. This is going to be a tough matchup against the likeable South Aussie Dennis Grant in the Gulf Western Oils Harley Davidson combination. Nitro in a motorcycle, add chaos into a bike. That's a pretty crazy combo, right?
I'm a pretty big fan of both these guys. I like the way that both guys go about their racing. You know, not too many bells and whistles. Just good, consistent performance that will be there to knock you off if you make a mistake. They run good, consistent times and always turn their bikes out neatly. And sure, they don't have to get the profile and see Brett Stevens and Jay Upton to the world yet. These guys are good, handy racers. And look at that presentation.
Certainly the star-spangled banner machine of Dennis Grant. He's had a tough season. He's looking for sponsorship support just quietly. He is consistent in, as you said, mate, in terms of getting down the racetrack, and their presentation is second to none. It's all about winning this race, and
Reaction time of Bonwick.
huge advantage, but looks like Grant's going to overhaul him. No, knocks the centre blocks out, and that's pretty self-explanatory. If you hit the centre line, and it's proven there, you hand the win to your rivals. So Bonwick with a lucky win.
And he just rolled snake eyes at the very end. You actually saw the dice rolling down the end of the quarter mile. Bonwick had a fantastic reaction time. One of the best of the weekend in any category. Here comes Grant, gets the big run going, and then boom, it's craps at the table. Bonwick will get the win.
Oh, it came out well, and then it just dropped the cylinder up the end, and I tried to bring it on so to clear, and it didn't clear that bad, very good. So